What's up, everybody? It is Monklezunk here, and basically what I am doing right now is I'm fire making, as you can plainly see, by what my character seems to be doing on the screen. So, this is just going to be a new episode of the Road to Lots in the XP counter, which is probably not going to happen for an extremely long time, but if we check on the progress right now, 7.2 mil XP counter, that's not bad. It's not very much, considering how much time it has been since, well, game time that is, not in real life time, because some weeks I play more than others, but considering it's been, I don't know, quite a while since, I think over a week since I reset my XP counter, and I only have 7.3 mil up there. That's a bit disappointing, but in my defense, look at that smithing XP counter. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of smithing, and believe me, when you're smelting gold bars, that takes a very long time. It took me a very long time. Actually, just out of curiosity, I looked up how much time I've spent smithing, and I've actually spent over 75 hours smithing. So almost 3 days, or over 3 full days, I have spent smithing, which is just a bit pathetic in my opinion. But I spent a much longer time slaying, so, you know, it goes both ways. It's a trade-off. But at the moment, I am just cutting some curly roots in the Didinko lair. I'm currently at 90 fire making, and I am quite a ways off the next level. 383k, that's a little over an hour. I think this is roughly 250,000 XP an hour in fire making. That's what it seems to be about, so maybe closer to 2 hours actually to get the next level. But basically, I'm just working towards 92 here. And I do apologize if this video is going to be uploaded late because, well, basically this is still the first day I'm coming back to video making, and I am just really full of bright ideas, and I'm just making tons of videos and content. So if this video is a day or two late, I apologize. But this video has really nothing to do with the content in it, so it shouldn't be a big deal. It's more just about the commentary. So you know, you can commentate anytime. The commentary is good, whether it was happened a year ago or now, as long as it's not really relating to new additions to the game, which in this case it's not, because the Didinko lair is pretty old. I remember when this thing came out, though. I actually went down here and visited. Probably not on the day of release, but maybe like the next day, and it was still pretty crowded. There's a lot of people down here just killing these things. Unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have the Slayer level to... I don't remember what Slayer level I think. I was around like 80 Slayer or so. So I'm pretty sure I could kill the babies, but I couldn't kill the other two. And that was a bit disappointing because like the first person who got a Whipvine sold it for, I'd imagine, over 30 mil. Because when a new item comes into the game, the first one always sells for ridiculous amounts. But Whipvines unfortunately dropped quite a bit. I remember doing Slayer tasks down here too. On the way to Slayer, I got a lot of Didinko tasks around level 90 Slayer, probably that area, and I got a few Whipvines. I've actually got 4 Whipvine drops ever, all from the Didinko males. I actually did a couple tasks with the Didinko guards before I could kill Didinko males. Never got any Whipvines from them. These stingy bastards. They just don't want to give me any Whipvines. Funny story. 2 funny stories actually. I was here earlier, and I was in that room. You can't really see it, but the room over with Didinko males in it. And there was a Maxscape player there, and they died. I thought that was kind of funny because, you know, they have a Maxscape and they die on a Slayer task. It's actually very, very easy to die if you're not paying attention, so I shouldn't give them too much grief. But it was just funny because, well, Maxscape Tech, they haven't really completed the game, but they've completed a large percentage of the game. Unless you're going for 200 mil skills, which most people don't. So for most people's standards, they've completed a large percentage of the game, and they're still dying on Slayer tasks, which is just wow. But I've actually never died at the Didinko males, but I got down to 8 HP once. 8 HP. That is a very small amount of HP. And after that, I actually tanked a couple of hits before I realized I was at such low HP, and I decided to eat because, you know, when you're at 8 HP, eating is probably one of the wisest things you can do. That or clicking your teletab. Either way, those are both very wise things that you can do. So, yeah, it is very easy to die at the Didinko males. You can, like, blink and you'll be almost dead because those things combo 300 sometimes. Most of the time they don't, but every once in a while they'll get lucky and just smack you around like they smacked that white girl. So I'm just working on these Didinko roots at the moment. It is kind of boring and kind of annoying because sometimes you click on these things and just as your character starts chopping them, they turn from the curly route into one of the straight routes. So they're like doing the opposite of coming out of the closet. They're going back into the closet and changing back to being straight. I don't know. I don't think that's going back into the closet is really a term that we use in today's society, but I just made it up, so I think it sounds pretty nice. Anyway, these routes, the straight routes are kind of useless because all the straight routes do is they make these things that no human being's vocal cords were ever designed to pronounce. Basically, they're like javelin things, and they're supposed to be really good against Jadenkos, but a rapier or a maul. A maul is the best weapon here because these things are weak to crush, but a rapier is way better. It starts with an S. I have no idea how to pronounce it. Don't ask me because I'll probably like rupture my lung if I try. So I'm not going to try to do that. I'm just going to continue here and being bored. Actually making a video, even though it's not the most interesting content right here, I'm just chopping these roots, and I know it's kind of boring because you don't want to see people chopping roots because you probably do that yourself very often. Yeah, that made no sense, but a lot of people do train fire making down here. I don't see why you would want to train fire making the bonfire method with maple logs. If you can afford it and you can do magic logs, then I understand. If you want to do U-logs, U-logs isn't quite as fast as roots, but it's much more AFK. Then I understand, but I don't understand why you would do maple logs, because it's 1/3 the speed. Who cares if it's AFK? This is 3 times faster. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who do rocktails instead of C2 fish. I guess it's the same idea there. They'd rather AFK. When I get 90 fishing, I'm probably going to be doing some rocktails. I will admit it. But they're also good money. And with maple logs, you don't lose, well, you don't make money. You lose money in most cases, unless you get really lucky and somehow make money off of burning maple logs. But I don't see how that's possible. So speaking of fishing, that is the next skill I'm going to do. If you don't know, if you haven't watched my videos before, then not only are you missing out on a lot of good stuff, I probably shouldn't say that. That sounds kind of like a plug. I'm like one of those YouTubers who really tries hard not to do anything, I guess, non-honorable. But anyway, if you haven't been watching my videos before, well, my current goal at the moment that I've been really working hard on, what I did all that smithing for 2 elite task sets. The Varrock task for one, I guess 3 elite task sets. The Varrock task requires smithing, the Fremennik task requires smithing. Task system, when I say tasks, I mean task system. Basically all the tasks, including the elite ones. And also the Ardougne one, where I got this extremely sexually appealing cape from. Yeah, those all require smithing, so I had to do a lot of smithing, and I had to get up to 90 to do those, but it was worth it, and I'm all done with smithing until I decide to go to 99, so I'm pretty happy with the results, and I think it was time well spent smithing, even though it was slow, and I could have spent a lot more money and got it done a lot faster, but I decided not to. That's pretty much my spiel. So yeah, I'm just working towards these elite tasks, and the Varrock task requires 92 fire making because you have to obtain the Inferno ads as part of the Varrock tasks. And unfortunately, I was going to do the Varrock task tonight, but I can't because you need to chop down a tree in the Varrock patch with the ads. That's the task, basically. And actually, my tree might be grown. They are yew trees, and I planted them like 8 hours ago, so it should be grown. Maybe I will be able to do that tonight. That'll be like 6 videos in one day. Probably a new worldwide record. Don't worry, I'm not going to upload them all at the same time. That's why this video won't be coming out tonight. The time where it was made. It will be coming out in a few days. But I just don't want to spam people's sub boxes with 6 videos in one day. Even though I'm glad to be making videos after taking a few days off. So yeah, that's probably about it. I only have 976,000 experience to go before I am level 92 fire making, and I can get my ADZ and burn things because I'm a pyro, and we pyros enjoy to burn things. It's one of our favorite things to do. So, with that being said, on that happy note, I'm going to leave you with the words of good luck, farewell, and enjoy your lives.